If you're like me and you spend a ton of time making and editing Amazon ads, I've got some fantastic news for you. Because Amazon's new multi-country advertising feature is an absolute game changer. So Amazon have recently launched multi-country advertising. It's their new suite of tools to make launching global campaigns much easier. And after testing it out, let me tell you, it's going to save all advertisers a ton of time. So no longer do you have to go over to your Amazon Ads dashboard and set up a ton of campaigns. So for me, for example, I would go into my UK dashboard and set up campaigns for the UK marketplace. I would then go to the US dashboard and do the same thing over there. I'd then make campaigns over in Canada and even sometimes in Australia, in Germany. Wherever I wanted to market my book, I'd have to set up individual campaigns. But now with multi-country advertising, you can just set up one sponsored product ad and launch it across multiple countries in just one campaign. Let's take a look at how it works. To start with, we're just going to go to our US Amazon Ads dashboard, which looks like this. And we're just going to set up a normal campaign like we normally would. So we click Create Campaign, and then we're going to do a sponsored product ad to promote one of our books. So we click Create Campaign. We're going to do a standard ad text because standard ad is what is supported at the moment across these multi-country advertising campaigns. So just like normal, you need to give your ad group a name, you need to select your product, and I'm going to show you how the multi-country advertising works. So scrolling down, everything here is like it normally would be. So you need to select your targeting. You can either do automatic, manual, keyword or product targeting like normal. So we're going to create a keyword ad for this book and we're going to enter some search terms. So I've got 3 keywords here that I'm targeting. I'm going to select my custom bid. So for these, I'm going to select 50 cents. I'm going to do a phrase match and I'm going to click add keywords. When I'm comparing to the suggested bid, they're well above the suggested bid, so that's good. And I'm going to scroll down to the campaign bidding strategy. So I always like to do the down only. It just allows me to control my ad spend really nicely. So I'm going to select that. You can adjust your bid placements. So perhaps boosting the top of search placement by 20%. That means if someone searched one of those keywords, we're bidding 20% extra to appear at the top of search. And then we're going to give our campaign a name. You can select a portfolio, do a start and end date, select a daily budget, and then we come down to the launch your campaign in additional countries setting. So this is the multi-country advertising that I was talking about. So here you can learn a little bit about global campaigns if you want to, but I'm going to show you what to do. So basically, this allows you to launch this keyword campaign in all of these different countries. And this is going to allow you to advertise across 23 countries in total. So it will let you advertise in UK, US, Canada, Australia, all of your normal ones that you might advertise in. But it's got a load of country options there. You've got things like Mexico, France, Spain, Germany, and a ton more. So let's say we want to advertise this book in the USA, but we also want to advertise it in Canada, UK, and Germany. So I'm just going to do those 3 as an example. And so then what you can do is you can edit your advertised product. So let's say you have a German version for the German market. You can select that here. So I don't have a German version of this. So I'm just using the same product in all of the territories. But that's really useful because let's say you have translated versions of this book. You can launch one campaign for that one book, including all the translated versions. So that's what the advertised products will allow you to do. And then we need to edit the targets and the bids. So this is for Canada. And so what it's done is it's brought in the keywords that we're targeting in the USA, but we might just want to adjust the bid. So I'm going to increase the Canada bids to 60 cents. It automatically changes it to the suggested bid, but I like to go in and just change these. So that's the Canada one sorted. And so what we can do in the UK, you can see here it's adapted our search results because it's added the U in there for colouring. So you've got simple colouring book adults, simple colouring book, and cute food colouring book. So the one thing I'm going to do here is just delete this one because it's not spelt in the British way. And I'm going to enter these 2 specific UK search terms. So I'll set a 50p bid for them and I'm going to set all of those bids at 50p. And so with Germany, what we want to be doing is we want to be utilizing German keywords. So what we can do here is we can set our custom bid. Let's do 40 cents. But then what we can do is we can click this translate to German and add button. So if we click that, this is what people are searching for on the German marketplaces in order to find this book. So that's an amazing option there that saves us having to find what people are searching for, what the local language is, etc. So we can just enter our keywords here and click translate to German and add. So now the targeting is set up for Canada, UK and Germany. We can set a daily budget here if we want. So I'm going to do $10 in Canada, £10 in the UK, and I'll do €10 in Germany. And that's done. So all we need to do now is click launch campaign. That will then be reviewed, and then your global campaign is going to be live on Amazon Ads. Now I'm just going to quickly show you how to set up a global product ad as well, and then we'll take a look at one of my ads that I launched a few days ago. So to set up a global product ad, you do the same thing. So you enter your name, select your product, enter manual targeting, and then product targeting. So on here, all you need to do is find the products that you want to target. So seeing as this is a food coloring book, we are going to target some of these. So there we go, I found 25 products to advertise on the US dashboard. And then we scroll down, set our campaign bidding strategy, our placements, enter our campaigner name, and then we select the end date and set a daily budget like normal. Then when we come down to the additional countries, I'm going to launch this again in Canada, the UK, and we'll do Germany again for a foreign language example. So again, you can change your advertised product, but if we go onto targeting here, we can target those individual targets again in Canada. So one way you can do this across all of your countries to save you having to enter them every time is just uploading a list of your ASINs. So let's say you knew which books you wanted to target. You'd just enter the ASINs here and click target, and then you'd copy and paste those across all of your countries. Here we're just going to do some of the suggested ones. We're going to set a custom bid of 30 cents, and we're just going to add some of these suggested targets. So what this is great for is this is likely going to target some of the better seller books by this marketplace, whereas some of the US targets might not sell that well in Canada. Here we're going to be targeting some of the best sellers over in Canada. So we've got 25 products there. We're going to do the same for the UK. So I've just added all those there just to save some time. So we've got 90 added there. We're going to do Germany again. So we're going to target some of their suggested ones here. And we're going to search for Malbook, which is coloring book in German. And we're going to target some of these as well. So there we go, we've got 25 targets in Germany. So we've set up our targeting. We're going to give ourselves a daily budget again. And then we're going to click launch campaign. So that's how to set up a global keyword ad and product ad using the multi-country advertising. This is going to save so much time because no longer do you have to set up 5 different campaigns on each different marketplace. You can just go in, set up one campaign, and it's just nice and easy. And then when it comes to reporting as well, it's super simple to see how your ads are performing. So here's an ad that I set up earlier in the US, the UK, and in Canada for one of my books. So you can see here that it only recently started serving, so it's not had too many impressions and clicks yet, so it's too early to say whether it's serving well, whether it's working well or not. But so far it's had 14 clicks and no orders. So that means that maybe the targeting's not quite right. But what's great with this multi-country advertising is if we click targeting here on the side, we can see the targeting for all of the countries in one place. So here we can see we're getting a large amount of impressions for this top keyword in the US, and we are getting some impressions in the UK and in Canada. But you can see here that maybe in Canada we're not getting quite as many impressions as we would want. So I can always bump up that bid a little bit to try and get more clicks and impressions over in Canada. But what's great about this is it allows you to review the US, Canada, UK, even if you had launched in Germany, Spain, France, whichever countries, you could review them all in one place, which saves you going into your multiple different campaigns and reviewing performance. So this is an absolute game changer for me. It's going to save so much time when it comes to setting up your ads, but then also reviewing the performance of your book as well. And then in terms of the settings, it's set up a little bit differently. You've got your campaign up here on the left-hand side. You've got your bid adjustments, which is normally in your campaign settings. So this will allow you to update your bid adjustments across all of your different marketplaces in one go. So you can see here, for example, for my top of search, I'm adjusting it by 60% across all of my marketplaces. So seeing as I've not had any orders yet, I'm just going to dip that down to 50%, and then we'll upgrade our rest of search to 10%. Then you have this countries tab. And why I really like this is it allows you to see the performance of all of these books by the country rather than the targeting. So this quickly allows you to see how the book is performing in the US, the UK, and in Canada. But I love this because it allows you to see the performance of your book by country. And then you've also got your campaign settings as well. So here you can adjust your start date, your end date, you can adjust your daily budget, and you can also adjust your default bid as well. So not only does the new multi-country advertising save you a ton of time, but the localization options, those translate the keywords as well, is going to help you to unlock the ability to advertise across multiple different countries. So now I can create a book, maybe create a localized version if I would like to, and then I could launch a campaign which allows me to promote that book, not only in the US and the UK, but across a ton of new marketplaces as well. That's going to allow me to market my book effectively in local languages all across the world. So if you want to find out more about multi-country advertising and global campaigns, click the link down in the description below. It's a huge time saver, can help expand your Amazon ads into new marketplaces and boost your book sales all across the world. Thanks for checking out the video. I'm really excited about this new update from Amazon ads. And if you have any thoughts, drop them down in the comments below. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.